You're watching The American on ESPN+. This afternoon, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane looking to complete an unbeaten homestand and trying to get atop the conference. The South Florida Bulls come calling to the Reynolds Center. Lineups presented by Reesers for South Florida. And the quarterback, the floor general, whatever you want to call it, she pulls the strings on offense. Caroline Dykes, one of the best setters in the league. You better believe she's going to have a big game every night out. And for Tulsa, lineups brought to you by Reesers for head coach Lauren Ramatowski. It's all built around defense, so it's not just Picali either. So many other players, including the likes of Braden Hipp, players off the bench will get involved in that defensive effort, digging and blocking as well. For South Florida, they're led by fifth-year coach Jolene Shepherdson. What a great job she's done. She took over 2 months before COVID shut everything down in college sports. Hard time to recruit, hard time to try to get into the flow of things as a program, but wow, she turned it around and they had a great year last year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's done nothing but be successful for this USF team, and she's totally flipped the program around here and doing a great job every year.
Well, early success as well. Second-year head coach Lauren Ramatowski. Look at that record, 30-20 overall, not even through 2 seasons yet. And some of the wins that she's garnered, including a win against her former team, Arkansas, earlier this year, a ranked win, the first time in more than a decade to this program. She has really taken it to new heights.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They have so much momentum right now going into this conference schedule. They've done such a good job in the preseason, keeping the spirits high, having some big wins against some big competition. And so they've done a great job, and it's been led by her nonetheless.
With a 13-team league, you don't play many of the opponents more than once, and that's the case with these two. So you've got to make it count in the one that you do. Buckle in. 4-1 in conference Tulsa against 5-0 South Florida. Braden Hipp, our player of the match on Friday night, gets us underway. And there's Picali making her presence known right out of the gate. They go to opposite pin this time. The timing a little bit off, and Tulsa able to win the point.
A lucky break, but that all started with the amazing dig from Picali on the right side earlier. That was a great swing from Kavanaugh, but March Picali just handles that one, proving why she is our player to watch for this game today for the Tulsa Hurricane.
You would know because you're her teammate for so many years, but it looks like almost the harder the attack to get to, the more power, the more she likes it.
Oh yeah, the easier for her too. She is just a phenomenal player who rises to every occasion ever. She just plays better under pressure, honestly, which is exactly what she does for this team.
Well, Tulsa winning the first couple of points here. Bayless digs in the back.
Great insistent play for the Tulsa side.
And up tempo from the middle. Imani Hartfield. She was money on Friday night, hit 467 with 8 kills.
She's going to be a huge piece of this USF offense. They're very strong offensively, and a lot of it comes from their pins, but establishing their middles early is going to be big for the success of their outsides.
How about the touch from Tornada?
A great play from her, who we see primarily swing on the outside, but she proves herself consistently on that right side attack.
Reagan Pendleton back to serve. Still takes some getting used to seeing her wear number 22. Of course, she switched this year. Wasn't even sure she was going to play, but they're sure happy that she decided to.
Oh, yeah. They're so lucky to have her play for them and come back this season. I got the honor and joy to play with her for 4 years and call her one of my best friends. So getting to watch her play in a new role this year brings me a lot of joy, and I love seeing her out on the court.
They'll chalk up the first kill of the match for Maria Clara Andrade, one of the conference leaders, second with over 4 kills per set.
She's a great player for them and always has been, honestly. And she just, I think this is her 10th, or she's got 10 games in a row now with over 10 kills. And there she goes again. So many different shots from her and so much energy as well. And she's a great player. You see here, she just elevates up over the net and just swings right down the line. Takes advantage of the block for the Tulsa side. Doing a great job from her.
Good job from Mia Schneider. Brown going cross court. Nice dig from Foster.
A great defensive rally here. So many good block touches too in this rally. Beth Bayless gets the better of the USF block on that one, but that was just a great defensive rally all the way around, making some really good scramble plays on both sides of the net here early on in this first set.
I think Beth Bayless is still feeling good after the performance she had on Friday.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of smiles right now, and so you love to see that from your outside for this Tulsa side.
I mean, she brings that joy consistently, but Friday night she was clearly having a lot of fun with that powerful right arm. She was scoring just as much going off speed as she was with the power swing.
Yeah, she was, and she's a little bit of an undersized outside, and so she has to find a couple of those different tools and swings, and she did that on Friday almost perfectly.
Undersized in height, oversized in heart. As that serve sails long, and Tulsa gets their first gift of the match.
That's something Tulsa relies on. They're a little undersized and not the most powerful team, but they rely on their opponents to make mistakes by elongating rallies and making them find different ways to put the ball down with their extremely efficient defensive back line.
And that's put down by Sautel.
A great play on the outside there. A little bit of an off speed. Does a great job of keeping the ball in front of her and eliminating that from becoming a lift.
Working the back by Andrade. Not only did she lead the way in kills, but she led the way in digs as well on Friday night. She can do it all.
She really can. She's a great player.
Bayless says enough is enough. I'll take it from here.
I love seeing Bayless have success early on. She's a big momentum player, and so seeing her have success here on a couple different swings, there she finds just a little bit of a hole in the middle of the block there. Does a great job taking advantage of the setter block on the right side from Caroline Dykes.
A junior from Johns Creek, Georgia, the Atlanta area. Lauren Eitler on the serve. And put down from the left side by Sautel again.
Just such a powerful swing there for Sautel. Not much the Tulsa or Eitler could do for them in the back. So much power and so much speed on our attack. There's not much Eitler could have done to move and play that ball. Great pass from Eitler, though. A great swing from Mongari there. Tulsa's running a 5-1 offense now, and so Mongari is able to get going behind the setter on a slide, running off of 1 foot. And Mongari has always been super, super successful at that, and so I'm liking this Tulsa offense right now in a 5-1 to have Mongari get going a little bit more.
And there's Hartfield, one of the league leaders in hitting percentage, doing what she does best. You set her up right there in the middle of the net, more times than not, she's going to do the job.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a great player, and that one she kind of mishit it, but such a quick tempo and such an athletic middle that there's not much the Tulsa side could have done to get under that ball.
Was there a touch at the net? No, out of play.
I like that swing from Lingenbrink. I hope she keeps that up, and I hope they go back to her on this play. The Tulsa middles are a huge part of their success, and so Tulsa's got to look into getting them active early on.
Now talk about being ready whenever your number is called. Lingenbrink really had a big impact late in the match on Friday night. There she is for the kill, but she came in and was instantly effective and very efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. It just speaks volumes to the coaching staff. And Lingenbrink just has so much success here. And she's a little bit, she's a taller middle, and so she gets a hold of that one and brings that one down. Lingenbrink has always been extremely efficient, and so it's no surprise to me or to any of her teammates either that she's come in and done such a good job.
Braden Hipp with the ace.
That's a great serve. You can see she floats that one and just drops it right in front of the libero for USF. That's a great serve, really hard to defend. You see here, she just open hand, a lot of movement, and just drops right in front. That's a picture-perfect drop serve from Braden Hipp.
She seemed almost a little surprised when her teammates were telling her on Friday night after the match that, hey, they want you for the post-match interview. I don't know what she was surprised about. She played like a boss.
She always does. She is such a leader and such a great player. It's a surprise to no one that also she's so selfless. She just wants her teammates to be successful, and you can see it in the way that she plays.
Lingenbrink again.
Absolutely. I love these sets from Hipp to Lingenbrink in this first ball side out. Getting your middle active early on is going to be huge for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, who are a little undersized. It makes the block second guess a little bit, and Lingenbrink's done just a great job coming off the bench this weekend. Phenomenal play from her all the way around.
What a shot that was, going opposite corner.
That's a great swing, but what you don't always see is the great setting from Caroline Dykes in that rally. A great out-of-system ball from her on the first play, and then I love going right back to her outside, who she knows can get the ball done. Great decisions from Dykes there.
Good serve from Foster. Rachel Brown able to find a seam in the block.
Another person Tulsa's got to get going early on is Rachel Brown, and she does a great job there of finding a hole in the block and finding a way to put that one to the ground on the USF side.
They set Brown 31 times on Friday night, one of 3 players with over 30 attempts in that 4-set win. And there is Brown on the other side getting work done.
She's a huge energy piece for this Tulsa side. I don't think that there's a teammate on the Tulsa side that those girls want to see succeed more. She's such a great, great player, the definition of selfless, too. She's an incredible player and an incredible teammate.
Coming off 4 blocks on Friday night as well. And that one put down from the middle.
A great swing from the middle on the USF side.
TC Poolhees with her first kill of the match.
That was a great in-system play for the Tulsa side. A great pass from Reagan Pendleton that started the rally, and then such a good decision from Braden Hipp to set Beth Bayless on that one. And Beth Bayless is easily able to find a hole in the block. All starts, though, with the impressive pass from Pendleton in the back row.
There's the freshman, Tally Grissom. Timing may have been a little bit off that time.
Good rally, though, defensively. And that is a great swing from Sawtell, tooling the block of Braden Hipp there. She does a good job recognizing that Hipp is maybe a little bit lower on the net there than a typical right side block is, and just swings it right off the top of her hands. That's a great high IQ volleyball play from the outside of USF.
Now, Sawtell had a team leading 50 swings on Friday night, and impressive for her is that it seems like she just never gets tired. There's still that same lift for her throughout the entire match as Tulsa takes the point.
Yeah, Sawtelle is a great player and so much power behind her swing. It's no surprise to me that she takes so many swings in these games. They're so outside heavy on the USF side, and so seeing numbers above the 50s for both the outsides is not a surprise to me. That was a great swing from Mongari there on the slide, too, for Tulsa.
Second kill for Ari.
Extremely efficient is Imani Hartfield. She doesn't take as many swings as these outsides do on the USF side, but whenever she does, she typically puts the ball down. A great player for them, extremely efficient, and bringing a lot of experience with her as a fifth-year player.
Wants to be a doctor. You got to have efficiency in that field, and she's got it.
For sure, for sure.
Dykes to the right pin for Allie Kavanaugh. Top 12 in the league with nearly 3 kills per set. Redshirt freshman. We're all even at 14.
This is a really great back and forth set we've had right now. I'm really liking the play from both sides.
What a pancake by Grissom to keep it alive.
Dang. Another good play from Grisham. A good block touch on the USF.
Both teams want the lead when we hit the timeout. This next point takes us to it.
You can tell just a great swing from Sawtelle there. Right off the top of the hands of Mongari. Knew exactly what she was doing there and executed that one to perfection.
Both teams are swinging it well here early. Neck and neck is to be expected. And it's the Bulls with a 1-point advantage. Back for the conclusion of set number 1. Close first set here in Tulsa. And want to send best wishes and hope everyone's doing well down in Florida. This South Florida team was able to get out and get to Wichita before Hurricane Milton making landfall, and so many severe tornadoes being spawned, an outbreak in Florida as well ahead of the hurricane. And so wish everyone well there, and know it impacts a lot of these players and their families. Hope all is well as things are going in the recovery stages now. Meanwhile, here in Tulsa, things going well for South Florida. They put together a little 4-0 scoring run here to take the lead.
Absolutely, and it's being led by the block efforts of the USF side. They're doing a great job reading this Tulsa offense and had 2 back-to-back blocks here. I'm really liking the play from them at the net.
What an effort to keep that alive.
Great play. Oh, but just so much power on this USF front line right now. I'm loving this front row for the Bulls. The 3 attackers across the front row with so much power. Just so dynamic for them.
Timeout taken by Tulsa. Let's look at this unbelievable save.
Just a great play from Eiler and Mongari, and then Grisham just to get under it. The Bulls definitely thought they had the point there, but then just so much power from Imani Hartfield. Just getting it done right now for her.
5-0 run forces the first team called timeout.
There's a lot going right for this USF team right now. Offensively, they're really finding their rhythm. They're hitting at a very, very high percentage, and a lot of that success goes back to Caroline Dykes. She's having great decision-making right now and allowing more hitters to get involved. They're typically an outside-heavy team, but right now she's finding a lot of players having a lot of different kills. So I'm liking the setting so far from Caroline Dykes.
13 assists for the senior. Well, the 14th meeting all time. Tulsa leads the series 9-4, including a victory last year, a sweep for the Golden Hurricane. 5 of the last 6 meetings have been here in Tulsa, and you know, there was even, we were talking about the unfortunate events by the Hurricane. Even a couple of years ago, you and your teammates had a match wiped off the schedule because of the Hurricane getting in the way.
Yeah, we were supposed to travel down to Tampa and play USF and UCF, and our travel had to be canceled, and USF actually was unable to get out of Florida that weekend. So very unfortunate for them, and I'm just happy that they were able to get out of Hurricane Milton this time.
Tornada Has it returned to Cinder. Second block of the set for the Bulls. And this is a team that is kind of looking to be on the up and up defensively. That's one way to do it.
Yeah, Kavanaugh and Hartfield right now are just putting on a show on that right side block. They're doing a great job there. And so you see Tulsa actually switch into a different offense here. They're now running a 6-2 and switch to setter and a right side, allowing them to have more offensive weapons here on the attack.
That was a much-needed gift for Tulsa, just something to slow it down and end the 6-0 run.
Definitely, definitely. Lucky break for Tulsa, but they're definitely going to need to string together some points here if they're going to want to get back into this match.
Into the tape. The serve will go right back to Mongari.
Lucky break for the Tulsa side, but what a phenomenal pass from Leah Schneider there on the USF side. It does such a good job of moving to that ball and perfectly dimes that one. And another perfect pass from Leah Schneider. She's doing a great job.
She'll have to set this time. Bakhorn on the set for Tulsa. Mentioned they just switched to that 6-2, and the freshman Bakhorn coming right in and making an impact.
Doing a great job. Coming off the bench as a setter is an extremely hard job, and she does a great job there of delivering a picture-perfect ball to Tornada, and Tornada is able to turn that one down the line, which is one of her favorite shots. Unlucky there from Mongari, a player who typically doesn't make errors behind the service line, but a good string of points there for the Tulsa side.
2 service errors apiece in this opening set. And Naya Sawtell loses track of that one.
Hip back in for the Tulsa side, and Rachel Brown. This is one of my favorite rotations for this Golden Hurricane team, so they're definitely going to look to string a couple points together here, hopefully get to 20 with Hip on the back line.
Only one ace so far in this match for either side, and that's from Braden Hip.
Wow. Kavanaugh is very, very impressive on that right side attack. That was a great set from Caroline Dykes as well, setting her up nearly perfectly, and Kavanaugh is able to attack down that line. She's a great, great right side with a really strong right side attack down the line there.
That one finds the middle of the floor.
A great play from Lingenbrink, but this is a battle of the liberos right now. They're doing a great job passing. You see here, Picali easily handles that one, and Lingenbrink could have swung anywhere, and she decides to tip it right over the block, knowing there was going to be a hole there. A great play from her. Had a little bit of sass on that play as well. A great swing on the outside for Andrade. Doing a great job from her, too. She takes a lot of swings in this game, and so she does a really good job of keeping a level head. And you see that one easily tools the block of the TU side.
Foster's serve has been hard to handle so far today. Picali did well there. Free ball for the Golden Hurricane. Not able to take advantage, and the Bulls pull in front by 3.
A little unlucky there. Tulsa's running a slightly different offense, as I had said earlier, and so maybe a little bit of a miscommunication with the free ball there. That should have been a gimme play. USF had a lucky break, but also they're just playing really, really tough right now, making it hard for this Tulsa side to find any offensive success.
Yeah, it was not too long ago. Tulsa was hitting 400 in this opening set, still hitting a very respectable 258, but it's just been in the recent points where it's really kind of dropped off. South Florida, meanwhile, the best or second best hitting team in the league, they're hitting 343 here in this opening set.
Yeah, and a lot of that success right now is coming from Imani Hartfield. She has done a great job tonight of just consistently putting the ball down. And Caroline Dykes is doing a great job of giving her great opportunities. So a lot of positive things going on for this Bulls team right now, executing their game plan nearly to perfection.
Dykes with 15 assists in this opening set. For context, she came in top 20 in the nation, averaging 10.5 assists per set. So 15 already in this opening set. That'd be the national lead if that was the average.
That is very, very impressive, and I'm not surprised at all. Caroline Dykes has been extremely, extremely skilled ever since she started playing for this USF team, and so she's done a great job here tonight. And 15 assists in a set is something very, very remarkable. If I ever hit that number, I was probably talking about it for the next couple weeks. So Caroline Dykes should be really proud of the way she's playing tonight.
Coming off 54 assists in that 4-set win at a very tough Wichita State team on Friday night. Wichita State was picked ahead of South Florida in the preseason poll. Bulls were picked 3rd. Tulsa turning some heads already. They were picked 10th in this 13-team league. But after this 4-1 start in league play, another look.
Just barely outside there. Brown was just trying to swing that one down the line and just barely hits the antenna. I like the look. It was a great set, too. Just a little unlucky. She took that one a little bit too far down the line.
No touch at the net from South Florida, so it's 4 touches on Tulsa's side. And it's set point for the Bulls.
Continuing on, this offense for the Tulsa side is definitely struggling right now. They're playing a little frantic and trying to maybe do a little bit too much with the ball. I'd like to see them compose themselves a little bit. Wow. Extremely, extremely impressive swing there from the USF middle. Caroline Dykes delivers a nearly perfect ball, and they're able to easily handle that free ball.
Going on a big stretch at the end. They close on a 5-0 run, and South Florida takes the opener. That end, South Florida closing strong. They go on a 5-0 run. Josh Haley and Avery Kalsu with you on this Sunday afternoon. Let's look at our stats from the first step. And wow, one thing really jumps off the page. Yeah,
and it is the Bulls hitting percentage. And their amount of kills in the first set, 17 kills, is really, really hard to defend, and not much the Tulsa side can honestly do whenever a team is hitting like that. So the Tulsa side definitely needs to dig in a little bit on defense and maybe on the block as well. You can't let a team have 17 kills in the first set.
That hitting percentage number just fell off the table for Tulsa. They were really swinging it effectively. Any major adjustments you saw from South Florida, or was it just more Tulsa self-inflicted?
This USF block right now is doing a really good job. Their scouting report is being executed to perfection, and they're doing a really good job of pushing low and over and stopping the outsides for Tulsa, who for the beginning part of this conference schedule have had a lot of success. And so I know that the right side block of Allie Kavanaugh is providing a lot of that stoppage, and so Tulsa's got to look into making a couple adjustments, especially on that outside pin, and maybe finding some different shot selections and trying to get a little bit more creative with their swings.
Let's get ready for the second set. The Bulls lead the match 1-7 in defense.
Caroline Dykes back to serve. And a lot of this offensive success for South Florida has been led by Caroline Dykes. She's a great player. Great defensive effort from Pacali. A good stoppage on Imani Hartfield there for the Tulsa side. Phenomenal swing from Kavanaugh, but Caroline Dykes with the very, very impressive set there. Pushes that one all the way across the court to a perfect ball for Kavanaugh. You see here, just a great swing right off the top of the fingers of Lingenbrink there. Unlucky for the Tulsa side, but just a great swing from Allie. And a great serve from Dykes, and just not what Marta Pacali is used to seeing getting ace there, but Caroline Dykes' serve is proving again and again to be very, very effective. Lucky break there for the Tulsa side, but Caroline Dykes should be very proud of that service run there to start this second set.
Eitler serving 1-2.
Overpass.
Scramble play here for the USF side. And there Rachel Brown goes. And Lingenbrink. Good job from Lingenbrink to close the block, and just a great job from Rachel Brown to keep her hands low and over. A good play on both sides of the net for that rally. Great serve from Eitler there, who had just had an overpass serve on her last attempt as well. So Eitler's really getting it done back there on the service line. Another impressive serve from Eitler.
Bulls take that point to even us up at 3 here early on.
That was a great play from Kavanaugh on the right side to just barely tap that one right off of Beth Bayless' hands into the antenna. Very high IQ play.
Bulls not doing themselves any favors. 5 service errors now.
Yeah, that's definitely one that Sautel is going to want back. She does this topspin serve that tends to be a little bit more error prone, and so definitely going to need to control that one a little bit more.
2 already here in the second set. If there's been a problematic set for South Florida, and that's hard to say considering they're on a 5-match winning streak and have only dropped 2 sets in that run, but on both occasions, their last 2 matches, it's been set number 2 that they've faltered. We'll see if Tulsa can help continue that pattern here.
Interesting. I mean, South Florida has just been dominant in this conference start. Watching them play in these first 5 games has been really, really fun, and you can just see the joy coming off of these players. And so much confidence coming from them, and it just comes from that really tough preseason schedule that they had to kind of prove to themselves that they can play with the best of the best, beating Florida and Ohio State in their home tournament, which was very impressive from them. And so they've carried that momentum into this conference start. And being 5-0 in the American Conference is extremely hard. And so it speaks a lot about their coaching staff and a lot about their players.
Now, there's only 2 teams in the conference right now that have an RPI top 50 win. You're looking at them right here. And there's the ace for Marta Pacali.
A great serve from Marta Pacali. She wanted that one back from her ace earlier on in the set. I know she did, and so I love to see her get have success from that back line. She works so hard on her serve.
Jolene Shepherdson returning home. Great player for South Florida. Graduate in 2002. Tulsa continues to run. And a timeout taken by South Florida, as the Golden Hurricane have strung together a 5-0 scoring run. South Florida leading the match 1-0.
Reynolds Center here. Marta Pacali's been putting on a show right now behind the line. And a lot of success early on in the second set for the TU side.
And a lot of self-inflicting for South Florida. A couple behind the serve line.
Great serve and a phenomenal pass. Marta Pacali involved in every aspect of the game right now. And there she goes again. And Leah Schneider for the USF side. This is a libero showdown right now, and so that one falls on the USF side for sure, but Leah Schneider and Marta Picali are just being phenomenal for their teams right now.
No surprise why Marta Picali's got professional contracts just waiting on her as soon as her collegiate career is wrapped up.
Yeah, it's a surprise to no one. The girl could play anywhere and does a great job, but man, Mongari with the put down there. That was a great play on this Tulsa side. Keeping Mongari engaged is going to be huge for the success of this Tulsa team, and so a great set from Braden Hepp and a phenomenal swing from Mongari into the back corner.
Here's the freshman, Brittany Bacorn, banged up a little bit and so had to miss a few matches, but they're happy to have her back. The Knoxville, Iowa native has been really good behind the serve line, and there she is, getting a little help from her friend, the tape.
For sure, Brittany Bacorn is very familiar with aces, and so that was just a great serve from her on the back line. Just clips the top of the tape and drops it right in front of the USF defenders.
Came in 4th in the conference in aces per set. How about that?
That was a really impressive serve from her. So much speed behind her serve, and so you can see so much movement on her serve as well, and so catches Leah Schneider off the edge of her platform. A great serve from Bacorn, going out the libero of USF. For sure, she even passed that ball and did such a great job transitioning out there and taking that quicker tempo set. Does a great job handling that and is able to put the ball down. Just long there for Bayless on the serve. She hasn't seen a lot of action behind the line, and so a little unlucky there for her. Andrade to serve for the Bulls. Phenomenal pass from Picali. Mongari is having herself a night right now, but that all started with the phenomenal pass from Marta Picali. Puts it right on the head of Brittany Bacorn, and Mongari is able to have her way with the USF defense there. And Mongari goes 2 from behind the line. Just a great all-around player.
That one just beyond the line. Tulsa continues to build the commanding lead.
A great swing from Sawtell, but unlucky that it just misses the hands of the Tulsa block. Mongari getting involved on the defensive end.
It's only the second attack error for Tulsa in this second set. They were hitting .231 before that swing. Holding South Florida, though, to a negative hitting percentage so far.
That's crazy, especially after the offensive success that USF had in that first set. So it speaks a lot to the adjustment that this Tulsa side is able to make right now. So good play from them.
Tornado from the left pin.
A great swing from Tornado, but Brittany Bacorn sets a perfect ball to the outside on that play, and Tornado's able to have her pick of what shot she wanted to swing there. So a great set from Bacorn to set that play up for Tornado.
Powerful swing from Sawtell.
That was a great swing from Sawtell. I think she just clipped the edge line, or the back line on that swing. That was a great high swing to avoid the block of the Golden Hurricane.
Caroline Dykes, team leader in aces, had a couple on Friday night.
The middles for Tulsa are really getting going in this second set. Great dig from Hip with one arm. I think she kind of shocked herself with that one as well.
That sails long.
Just out of bounds there for Sawtelle, but a really impressive defensive rally there for this Tulsa side. You see Hip kind of got that one-arm dig earlier on in the rally, but the Tulsa does a good job of finishing off that rally.
She kind of put her hands over her mouth like, was that really that perfect? With
I know.
one hand?
It really was a perfect dig, too. That was the craziest part about it, but not a surprise.
Defensively, Lingenbrink and Brown.
That was a great play from Lingenbrink to stay patient on that play and jump with the Imani Hartfield, who's had nothing but success for this USF team. A little bit of a lower set, and the Golden Hurricanes take advantage of that from Lingenbrink and Brown, putting up a very impressive block there.
3 blocks now for Rachel Brown to lead that party for Tulsa.
That's a surprise to no one. Rachel Brown came in recruited as a middle blocker and has adjusted to this right side pin in the last year, and she's done a great job from there. But just extremely dynamic, extremely athletic she is, and so she can play anywhere on the court, honestly, if you let her. And so seeing her have success on the right side is no surprise to anyone, but just a great player and a great teammate.
Lingenbrink with 2 blocks now. She was Tulsa's leader last year in this matchup. Had 5 blocks in the sweep. The second most blocks in that match came from you. You had 4. How about it? Setter getting involved defensively.
I do remember that game because I typically did not get a lot of blocks, and so anytime I did get a lot, I felt really good about myself. So that was a fun game last year in the Reynolds Center, a big one for us.
It's a big one here today as well, with Tulsa 4-1 in league. South Florida one of only 2. Rice being the other that's unbeaten so far, 5-0 in conference. Not only that, but mention the 5-match winning streak for the Bulls, but only dropping 2 sets in 5 matches. I mean, the level of consistency that they have had, it just doesn't happen. You expect them to come out flat for one match, or maybe kind of lose composure for a couple of sets, but only 2 in 5 matches?
Yeah, extremely impressive too, just in the American Conference as well. You have so much pressure starting conference play, and so to play with so much consistency right now for the Bulls, very impressive.
There's 31 conferences in Division I volleyball. The American is ranked in the top 10 in conference RPI. So that tells you it's not only a deep league, but just so much talent, and as we've already seen in the conference slate, anybody can beat anybody.
For sure. We always said that all throughout playing in the American Conference. Every game is very, very important because any team can turn around and beat you. It's a very even keeled conference, and so if you don't show up to play, the other team is always going to take advantage of that, and especially in this conference. So every game's important. Very good dig from Caroline Dykes there. And Kavanaugh finds a way to put the ball down for the USF Bulls. Caroline Dykes is a phenomenal player and just continuing to show why she is the conference leader throughout this second set.
Preseason all-conference selection, one of 2 for the Bulls after she was named second team a year ago. Tulsa seemed like they were out of sync, but it kind of caused South Florida to be even more out of sync.
Yeah, a little bit quicker tempo pass there, and Brayden Hemp is able to control that one, and Rachel Brown takes advantage with that little tip shot right over the block. Causes a lot of confusion a lot of the time, and so smart play from Rachel Brown. Great serve from Pacali. Man, Kavanaugh's really getting it done on the right side right now. She's having a great day and is really showing off a wide range of shots here, causing a lot of problems for this Tulsa side, but Tulsa's really stepping away here in this second set.
There's the sophomore Leah Schneider. Really returned from an injury with a vengeance, Coach Shepherdson said. And the Bulls win the point.
A great block there on the USF side, shutting down Rachel Brown. Andrade will make a difference wherever she is in the game, and so she does a great job there on the block.
Bayless looking for hands, got him. Haven't seen any challenges so far this afternoon, and no argument there from South Florida.
I always pay attention to how they respond whenever they come off the net, because sometimes, honestly, to me, that didn't really look like there was a touch, but the USF girls had no argument to that one, so Beth Bayless does a really nice job of finding the tip of the fingers of Kavanaugh there.
Two aces already for Baycorn. Andrade, and just the slightest graze off of the Tulsa player as she went cross court.
A great swing from Andrade there. Catches Marta Pacali off of her left arm, but just a great swing with so much power. Not much Pacali really could have done with that one. Andrade elevated over the block on the TU side. A little low set there from Mongari.
Back row attack violation against South Florida.
Oh, so what happened there is Caroline Dykes is front row, and so she can attack the ball, but Leah Schneider there had taken the ball in front of the 10-foot line with her hands, the libero for USF. And so in that case, the setter or the next play, the attacker cannot jump and send the ball over. They must stay low, or they must stay flat on the ground and send the ball over if necessary. Little miscommunication here for the Tulsa side. Great block touch.
15 block for the Bulls.
The Bulls are stringing together a couple points here. They're doing a really good job on the front line on the block, but that was a great set from Baycorn. A little unlucky there on the swing from Svidlova, but this Tulsa side's got to find their offensive rhythm again.
Clara Andrade really took her time getting set, and it paid off. The ace.
She's attacks with a lot of power, and I mean, she serves with a lot of power as well. Kind of catches Pacali a little flat-footed there, but a great serve from Andrade.
Causes the overpass there. Smidlova able to dig it out, and then Tornado puts it down.
A phenomenal swing from Tornada. So much athleticism displayed there from her and Baycorn to stay out of the net on that set. But Tulsa was able to capitalize on the overpass that USF failed to put down. Definitely one that the Bulls are going to want back, but a big, big break for the Tulsa side.
Oh, wow.
What a defensive effort there for the Golden Hurricanes. Oh, they were just unlucky, cannot terminate, but what a good effort play from Mongari and Bayless there in the back row. Here you see a great swing from Andrade, and Beth Bayless, one arm, and Mongari follows her and puts that one right back up. Extremely impressive there from the Golden Hurricanes. Just USF able to handle that free ball. There, Lincoln Brink goes. That is just going to be crucial to the offensive success of the Golden Hurricanes. She does a great job right now of finding a way to put the ball down.
Remember Coach Ramatowski telling me last year, she said this group of players, they love the scramble plays. Look forward to the scramble plays. It kind of seemed to be coming out right there.
For sure. Those are always effort plays, in my opinion, and Tulsa knows that they got to match the effort of this USF team. So they're doing a good job here in this second set. Great block play from the Bulls there, shutting down Rachel Brown for this Golden Hurricane side right now, who's normally very, very dynamic and has a lot of success, but the Bulls are able to kind of handle her right now. They're doing a good job. again with the block on the USF side. But Tornado is able to get the better of the block on that swing right there. A great job from Tornado of staying composed and staying poised. Very consistent play from her right now.
Set point for the Golden Hurricane and Lauren Eitler.
Unlucky there for Eitler, but a good break for the Bulls. Let's see what they can do here to build a little bit of momentum to close out the second set.
Up tempo, but the Bulls were ready for it. How about the timing there?
That was a phenomenal swing from Bayless to find the back line on the line attack, a little off speed, but a great swing from her to close out this second set.
Tulsa, a very dominant from the get-go in set number 2. All even at 1. 200 in that second set, and now you look at what it is overall for the match.
Yeah.
South Florida came in, they were bottom in the conference in blocks per set. They're really doing more than what they have been.
Yeah, and a lot of that goes to Allie Kavanaugh right now. She's playing a great, great game, and it's just been a very steady force, shutting down the outsides for the Golden Hurricane side. But in that last set, the Golden Hurricanes were really able to find a little bit of a more offensive rhythm, and so USF's got to look to make an adjustment. And I would hope that would involve limiting their errors. I think that they kind of gave Tulsa too many freebies there, and that's what Tulsa thrives off of. So the Bulls need to recognize that and adjust here. So I'm interested to see how they open up this third set.
Well, a great week in conference play. You see the green headbands there. Avery, explain that to us.
So this week, the American Athletic Conference puts on a week called Powerful Minds. And so this week is used by the American Athletic Conference to highlight mental health and just bring awareness to the conversation and break the stigma. And so the girls tonight on the Tulsa Golden Hurricane side are wearing green ribbons, which is the color for Powerful Minds Week. And so you see here the hope for athletes breaking the stigma. And so the American Athletic Conference puts this week on every year and just in order to bring awareness and to bring forth the conversation of mental health. And so I know the Tulsa Athletic Department does a really great job of bringing that forth. And so you see the girls here really wanting to highlight that as well.
Love seeing that, and everybody in every sport getting involved in the conference. Beth Bayless, she has really been on some kind of a tear lately, averaging over 3.5 kills per set over the last 3 matches. She's got 7 through the first 2 here today and hitting .467.
.467 as an outside attacker is a crazy number. The outsides often get a lot of the slop and a lot of the plays just to keep the ball in play, but Beth Bayless swinging at .467 is incredibly impressive and a surprise to no one. She has one of the best work ethics I've ever seen, and so I'm enjoying seeing her have so much success right now.
Braden Hipp gets us underway in the third, and finding an opening right in the bullseye.
We're seeing a new libero on this USF side, and so Foster will come in and take over this libero jersey. I'm liking the switch. They obviously need a little bit more steadiness in this back line, and so Foster coming in is able to maybe help this USF team find a little bit more rhythm. Great dig from Caroline Dykes.
Tornado causes some confusion.
I love the off-speed shot selection there from Tornado. A long rally there, good defensive efforts and good block touches, but Tornado is able to avoid the USF block there and drops one right in the middle of the court. Great play from her. Of course, on Josh, finds a way to get the kill, but man, what a great pass there, and an even better set from Caroline Dykes. Andrade was easily able to find a way to put the ball down there, but just great play from the USF Bulls right now all the way around.
That one sails long and out of play.
Just long for Beth Bayless, looking for the hands of the USF block there and just barely misses them. A good play for the USF side to recognize, though.
Lingenbrink continues to make her presence known.
A phenomenal swing from Lingenbrink on the, that 3 attack there. Does a really good job of keeping her shoulders open. And you just see hips that Lingenbrink up and was so open and able to turn that one right down the line. That is a very, very impressive swing from the junior Lingenbrink.
Dykes dumps it over, but to no threat. And Rachel Brown with the kill.
That was so impressive from Rachel Brown, displaying her athleticism there. She elevates so high up there over the USF block and is able to swing that one down and drop it right in front of the right side defender of Leah Schneider. A phenomenal swing from Rachel Brown.
Sales long 5th service error of the afternoon for the Golden Hurricane. They've also aced 5 times.
Yeah, I'm very happy with their service game right now. 5 aces to 5 errors is really is a really good number. You often like to hear you'll have 2 errors to 1 ace, and so they're doing a good job there of finding that.
And they want to be aggressive off the serve. That's kind of continued to be something that Lauren Ramatowski has preached as the season has gone on. And so the players have that confidence behind them to continue to be aggressive from the serve line. Meanwhile, for South Florida, that was kind of a key for them coming into this year, as they knew that they had to improve on the serve-receive game. They felt like they've done that, a pretty good job of it for the most part this year.
Yes, their passing has greatly improved from last year to now, and I honestly think that is the biggest difference maker for them. They're able to be in system a little bit more, and they have so many different offensive weapons, and so allowing Caroline Dykes to kind of find her rhythm here and getting more players going. It's a huge reason why the USF team has had so much success offensively. A great serve from Bakeborn, though.
Got that swing, back row from Clara Andrade.
I love that swing from Andrade. She does a great job there, and Caroline Dykes does a great job there of dropping the set too. And Andrade is just proving her dominance from everywhere on the court this afternoon. She's a great player and with a lot of range on her. Really good block touches from both teams in this rally. A phenomenal set from Caroline Dykes. Such a good set. She wasn't even looking at the court and was able to drop that one perfectly to her outside. That was a phenomenal, phenomenal play from Caroline Dykes. And Sawtell is able to easily put that one down. A great play for the Bulls.
Over 3,600 career assists for Caroline Dykes, the senior from Flower Mound, Texas. That one sails out.
Watching Dykes, you can just tell how phenomenal of a player she is and such a selfless leader. On that play immediately, she knew Sawtell just barely missed that one, turns to her and tells her, like, you got the next one. Such a good leader for this USF team, and has been such a steady force for them since she stepped on campus.
Kept alive, free ball sent over. And open the door for Imani Hartfield.
Imani Hartfield is such a phenomenal player, and I'm happy to see her get more involved. She was so active in the first set, and a lot of their success came from Imani Hartfield in the first set, and they went away from her there in the second set. So I love the decision there from Dykes to get Hartfield the ball. Great play there from Yolana Schmidlova to let that ball go just outside the lines. So a good play from them. The USF block maybe just needs to turn their hands in slightly more in order to get that ball to fall in the court. Great
Another
serve.
ace for Tulsa.
A phenomenal serve from Mongari. Catches the libero of USF just a little bit high and is able to secure that ace. 6 total aces on the Tulsa side. That's a really, really good number. USF is very high error right now, and so I know that they're wanting to lower that number, that error number down, and so making a bit of an adjustment here.
Much needed run for Tulsa. How was that kept alive?
I do not know, but a great play on the Tulsa side. But man, so much firepower right off the bench for the USF Bulls. That was a phenomenal swing coming from Jalen Brown, the outside. Right off the bench, a great pickup from Mongari in the Tulsa side to put that ball back over. But man, there was no doubt left on that swing.
That was out of play, hit the line judge, which is always out of bounds. You know, it's as impressive as it's been, Tulsa, on some plays to keep the ball alive. I think now in all 3 occasions, South Florida has immediately killed in the transition that ensues that save. So speaks a lot to them mentally that they're not caught off guard saying, oh my goodness, they're staying in the moment and focused.
For sure. Whenever you get a free ball, 9 times out of 10 you should be able to put that ball down. But sometimes whenever those scramble plays happen, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the momentum that's on the other side. So USF is doing a really good job of staying level-headed and cleaning up those plays.
Foster serving 10-9.
Foster 5 aces in the last 3 matches coming in. Tornado with the kill. Her 7th on her 16th swing.
A really impressive point there for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane side. First ball siding out is really important, and Tulsa just does that one nearly picture perfect. So a great play from the Golden Hurricanes. With a very impressive swing on the outside, right off the top hands of Rachel Brown. Does such a good job of elevating up and swinging high instead of low right into the block of the Golden Hurricane. Just a really smart play from Andrade. A hustle play for the Bulls here. Let's see if Tulsa can capitalize on the free ball sent over. And the Bulls are able to keep this one alive. And wow, what a rally for the Bulls there. And just such a smart play there from the middle to just barely tip that one right over the block. A great, great rally for the Bulls and a big momentum play as well. Great save from Hip. Phenomenal swing from Beth Bayless, but man, Cameron Lingenbrink is doing a really good job of slowing down the outside attack from Andrade. She's doing a really good job of reading the setter and getting there and closing the block. So great play from Lincoln Breen.
Good serve from Bacali.
Such good serving from this Tulsa side right now.
Down the line goes Andrade.
Such a impressive set from Caroline Dykes. She was all the way on the other side of the court with her momentum falling back and was able to push the ball the length of the court all the way to the outside of Andrade. Phenomenal set from Caroline Dykes there, and allows Andrade to turn that ball down the line. A really impressive play from the USF side.
Gisele Vandenberg back to serve, the freshman of California.
There we go. The Golden Hurricane side getting Mongari involved. Sometimes this Golden Hurricane team can get a little bit too reliant on their outside attackers, and so I love to see Mongari and Lincolnbrink get more involved in the play here, but just a really good job from Mongari, and she's been nothing but consistent for this Golden Hurricane team all afternoon. Perfect pass from Leah Schneider. Phenomenal dig from Bacali in the back row.
That one way up there, a long way to chase it down. And that one just sailed out of bounds.
Just out of bounds there. Such a great play, though. You can see how much each point means to both teams right now. USF doing everything they can to elongate these rallies, but Beth Bayless just got the better of the USF block there. Baycorn, what a phenomenal serve from her. So much speed right now. She's serving with a lot of confidence, what you love to see out of a freshman. So, in catching the DS in the back row of Leah Schneider, a phenomenal serve from Baycorn.
Little conversation there. We have not seen a challenge so far yet in this match.
Great response from Leah Schneider. I love the decision there from Caroline Dykes to go back-to-back to her outside. She had such a phenomenal swing on her first attempt, and Caroline Dykes knew that her outside was going to get it done on her next opportunity. So I love the decision there from Dykes to go back-to-back.
Jalen Brown, the sophomore. Jillian Shepardson talked about just her impact, how well she's come off the bench for them. Tulsa able to side out. And brings us to a timeout. Golden Hurricane first to 15 here in set number 3. The match all even in 1. In the honors college program, and the requirements for that include a 4.0 rated GPA. So Bayless, as impactful as she is on the court, she is brilliant in the classroom as well.
Absolutely, and anyone that knows Beth Bayless will speak on her character as well. She's not only an incredible volleyball player and an incredible student, but man, she's an even more incredible person. Just one of my favorite people I've ever gotten the chance to play with.
Special thanks to all the sports information directors out there. Jessica Moore for South Florida, Zach Carattini and Jonah Bixby for Tulsa, getting us everything we need and setting up times to talk with the coaches. A lot of work behind the scenes for those folks so we can bring you the broadcasts. And continue to go back and forth here.
An incredible dig from Josh there to extend that rally, reaches out with one arm, and then of such a smart play from Jalen Brown there on the outside, who's really come in and made a big difference for this USF team. And Kavanaugh, oh, just barely out of reach for Picali, but what a great swing from Kavanaugh there on the right side. Everything is really going South Florida right now. They're playing really good volleyball. And led by none other than Caroline Dykes, who has had herself a very, very impressive evening here. Very impressive play from her. Good reads on both sides of the net right now. Just under the net there from Smidlova. Smidlova just underneath the net there. Her foot went right under the side, and so that's a point for the USF team.
Tulsa takes a timeout. With as close as this set's been, it seems like falling behind by 2 is a bigger margin than it actually is. But what do you think the messaging is during this huddle?
I think the messaging is let's simplify and let's compose ourselves. I think Tulsa's trying to do a little bit too much here, and they need to just go back to the basics and realize that they can get a kill just as easily as the next person can. So taking a deep breath and finding a way to get out of this 4-0 scoring run for South Florida, who's done just a really, really good job coming out of that media timeout there.
Now the conference standings, Tulsa came in third place at 4-1. Everybody else has at least 2 losses. East Carolina, Wichita State, and North Texas all 3-2 entering the day. And then you had Rice and South Florida as a perfect 5-0.
Yeah, and South Florida has just been extremely competitive here in the American Conference, having their best start since 2002 in the AAC. Speaks volumes to the coaching staff, however. They've just done a really good job of turning this program around, winning the East Division last year and coming in this year with even more firepower under them and leading the total conference. So just great play from them.
Yeah, coming off of a 2023 where they won 22 matches and made it to the NIVC Fab Four, the longest postseason run in program history, winning 3 matches to get to the semifinals.
And Kavanaugh, there she goes again on that right side. Kavanaugh is having a heck of a match today. She's just playing really, really good defensively and offensively, extremely efficient. A great serve there from Caroline Dykes. They know how much these points mean to them right now, and so Caroline Dykes just with a great serve, so much movement, and just barely catches the corner. That's a textbook serve from Dykes there on the back line. Everything is going South Florida right now.
Dykes, the conference setter of the week this week, no surprise, after passing over 3,500 career assists. She's closing in on 1,000 digs as well, so the illustrious 3,500, 1,000 club is right there for Dykes, who's already well over 100 service aces in her career. Just the production from the beginning of her career that she sustained, very impressive.
Yeah, she's really come in, honestly, and helped flip this program around. And a lot of that success that the USF team has had is all dependent on Caroline Dykes. She's a very impressive player and a very impressive leader on this team.
She's going to be looked at as certainly one of the biggest keys. If they're able to get to the NCAA tournament, which they've got their eye on, the last time they were there was 2002. And Jolene Shepherdson was a member of that Bulls team, a great player in her day. That was their last conference title as well. And, after a handful of successful years at San Jose State, Shepherdson returning home to Tampa to lead this program.
A great response there from Pacali, though. Let's see what Tulsa can do with the free ball. And Tornado with so much power behind that swing. Such a strong swing from Tornado there to get Tulsa out of that scoring drought.
How about the ace from Mungari, her second?
Surprised to no one. Mongari is just dynamic everywhere she plays, and so she proves again and again just to be a force to be reckoned with. Such a smart play there from Jalen Brown. Just barely tips that one right over the Tulsa block, and so a little bit of confusion there. That's a very hard shot to defend, and Jalen Brown executes that one to perfection. Lucky break there for the Tulsa side.
8th service error for the Bulls. South Florida hitting 355 now in this third set.
That's a very impressive number, but it's very impressive that it's so close this set. Hearing that hitting percentage, I'm surprised to see Tulsa still in it. So just speaks to the true grittiness of this Tulsa team.
A big reason for that, certainly the service errors, 3 of them in this set.
Yeah, Tulsa's had a couple lucky breaks, but they've also been playing good defense as well.
Twice into the net, but still able to keep it alive. Dykes for Andrade from the strong side. Would you define that as a true cut shot?
That was a true cut shot, but also there was so much power on it, so I don't even know if I could call it a true cut shot. Andrade has so many different shots, and that one was extremely impressive and really caught Tornado off guard. I don't think she was expecting her to have that sharp of an angle on her swing, so Andrade is just a very impressive player. Dykes read that one easily. Kavanaugh really swinging well on the right side right now.
Good body control that time by Brown to stay out of the net and put it inside of the antenna. And Lingenbrink, as it pinballs around, it's kept alive. Player down for South Florida and will stop play, rightfully so.
Oh.
Dangerous to have a player on the floor. It's Pugliese.
Oh, really unfortunate here for this USF team. I think she may have gotten the wind knocked out of her, hit really hard in the stomach, so definitely tough to see here, and I hope she's okay. She's able to stand up on her own, though, so.
That's a good sign.
Happy that she's able to get up and walk off the court, but man, that is something that you definitely don't want to see.
See what happened here to TC Pugliese. Oh,
just a really hard collision there. It was really tough on her, but such a scrambled play. And yeah, it just looks like she got hit really hard up in the chest. I hope she's able to come back and take a second to catch her breath there on the sideline.
Definitely a leader, has been a captain, and has played well so far today. Hitting 600 and has 3 blocks as well, and so we'll replay the point. I don't think anybody has any issues with that. Player safety should and was first and foremost there, so good job by the officials to blow that dead.
Absolutely. Lucky break there for the Tulsa side. Let's see if Tulsa can capitalize on these service errors that South Florida's been giving them in this set. The middle TC Pugliese has now stood up and walked back to the end of the bench, so love to see that from her and that she's able to stand up on her own. It looks like she's doing okay, so that's always something good to see. Lucky break there for the South Florida side. Definitely not what Tulsa needed to do after South Florida had just given them a point. So Tulsa needs to do a better job of taking advantage of the freebies that South Florida's given them. But South Florida back on this back line again. A great play. Phenomenal block touch on this Tulsa side. And Lincoln Brink doing such a good job in the middle here. Really, really athletic play from her to finish off that rally.
Well, if you're needing to string together points, no better option than Picali behind the serve line.
Absolutely not. And great serve from her, but man, Foster handles that one easily. And on draws to finish that one off. What's such a good point for the USF side. Such a smooth pass, and then a great set from Caroline Dykes.
Set point here. Bulls trying to take a 2-1 lead.
I believe this South Florida side is out of subs, and so maybe something to pay attention to.
Is there a touch at the net? No, and Coach Ramatowski immediately going for the challenge card. We'll see our first challenge of this match. The question, was there a touch in volleyball? And so the question is, just does it come down to, is there indisputable evidence to overturn it? Coach Ramatowski's been very successful on challenges as of late. We'll see if the good fortune can continue.
The Tulsa Golden Hurricane side definitely believed there was a touch. All of them immediately turned around yelling touch. So we'll see what our reffing crew decides.
If it's overturned, it would be 24-22, and Tulsa would have the serve. As it stands right now, the Bulls have won 3 of the last 4 points. Kind of similar to the first set. It was, you know, a dead heat, and then South Florida kind of pulled away towards the end. That's what we saw. A 6-0 run by the Bulls to go ahead 20-16 in this set, and they've kind of maintained a little bit of breathing room. The lead has been at least 2 since then. Hey, they're staying loose over there in the huddle. You like that? You
love to see that for sure. Is volleyball, especially at the end of the set, can seem so stressful. So to see both sides of the net right now smiling and is really sweet.
Tulsa out of timeout, so they're kind of able to use this as well to maybe talk about what they need to do if this is overturned, what they need to do to try to fight their way back into this.
Yes, they've got to find some momentum too. They had all of the momentum in this third set going into that media timeout, and so for USF to change the momentum so quick speaks volumes to their players, but this Tulsa side has got to look to stop that. I think the call is in.
There's a long review process. Here we go. Call stands. Set over. South Florida 25-21. And they take a 2-1 lead in this match. It's been as good as advertised so far. Tulsa will try to get back on track when we come back for the fourth. Side hitters have been able to increase their range. It helps when you've got a setter who can put the ball anywhere in the gym that she wants to.
Yeah, absolutely. Caroline Dykes sets up those outside attackers for so much success, giving them so many different shots. And allowing them to swing wherever they want. Caroline Dykes has just been dynamic for this USF team, and her offensive ability and her leadership skills are just phenomenal.
And look at our stats through 3. South Florida, second best hitting team in the league, 269.
Yeah, they've had a very, very successful offensive night. You see how drastic the kills numbers are now. from USF to Tulsa. So Tulsa definitely needs to get a little bit more offensive here and maybe spread the ball out a little bit more. Finding more attacking attempts from Mongari and Lingenbrink, I think, will be crucial to the success of this team here in this fourth set.
South Florida hit 371 in that third set. Keep in mind, Tulsa is first in the conference in opponent hitting percentage, limiting the opponent to under 170. So it's kind of the offense versus defense statistical storyline in this matchup. And I know that there's so many different factors. I mean, way too many to try to break down and dissect, but as a player, when you look at one set to the next, South Florida hit 0-6-1 in the second set, but then 371 in the third set. Do you even try to put any reasoning behind that as a player, or do you just move on?
I mean, you just have to move on. You have to have a short memory in volleyball and stay present with what's being presented to you right now. And right now what's being presented to the Golden Hurricanes is a 0-0 scoreboard, and so they need to focus just on their side of the net. You can only control what you can control, and what they can control right now is how they respond.
Vandenberg, who's got a few aces over the last 3 matches, opens us up in set 4, and Tulsa takes the opening point.
A good start there for the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. The first ball side out is exactly what they needed here. They need to find some of this momentum back. The USF side definitely has the momentum right now, and so the Golden Hurricanes need to string together a couple points at this beginning of this fourth set.
Another ace for Tulsa. They are really serving it well here this afternoon. That is their 9th ace of the match.
Yeah, the Golden Hurricane are doing a really good job behind the service line, and that is honestly what's keeping them in the match right now. 9 service aces through a little bit over 3 sets is a really great number, so Ramatowski has got to be very proud of that number.
It's come from 5 different players as well. Nice job by Eitler on the dig in the back. And that was far from a free ball, thanks to Bayless.
A really good swing from Bayless. USF is doing a really good job too at the net right now.
And that time looking for the touch. Not going to get it.
Just out of bounds there, but man, this USF block has really made a good adjustment to the Golden Hurricanes offense here. After the first set, this USF front line has done a really phenomenal job of stopping the Golden Hurricane attack. What a phenomenal swing from Andrade there. That is such an impressive attack from her. She's able to elevate up and attack and hit the tee on the Tulsa side. You see Andrade so athletic here, elevates up and so much downward trajectory inside the 10-foot line. Such a great swing from her. And followed up from a phenomenal attack from Lingenbrink. It's exactly what the Golden Hurricane side needs to do, is keep Lingenbrink involved in the match. She's doing a really good job there of putting the ball down. Really good response from the Golden Hurricane side.
Powerful swing that time, right side from Allie Kavanaugh. Her big game continues.
That was a phenomenal swing from Kavanaugh. Does a really good job there of elevating up over the Tulsa block and catching the hands high on the Golden Hurricane side. A really good job from Kavanaugh and a really phenomenal set from Dykes as well.
Up tempo, and that one just sailed long on Mongari.
I love the set there from Hip to push Mongari in there. And Mongari just barely misses that one wide, so I hope that Hip finds a way to get the ball back to Mongari on this play right here. Love the decision there from Hip. But man, Andrade cannot be stopped right now. She's doing just a really good job offensively for the Bulls and finding different ways to get the ball down. So Tulsa's got to find an answer to Andrade right now. And there Andrade goes again. You see so much energy and so much power from her. She's just such a great player and continues to get it done on this USF team.
It's a 4-0 scoring run for the Bulls.
Such a good read from Leah Schneider. Tulsa's able to finally slow Andrade down. Let's see if they can terminate here. A great dig from Leah Schneider. And again, Andrade. What a phenomenal fourth set from Andrade. She's just getting it done everywhere right now for this USF team. Phenomenal play from her from top to bottom.
Challenge on the play.
Tulsa is challenging a player. I'm a little unsure of what they're challenging, but I'm sure we'll get some clarification here in just a little.
Oh, it's impressive talking about Andrade and what she's done. Through 2 sets today, she was hitting 105, 6 kills on 19 swings. She's got 11 kills in her last 20 swings now.
That's extremely impressive play from an outside attacker. It just speaks volumes to her confidence and experience. She knows that you have to kind of ride out the highs and the lows in volleyball, and she was able to keep her composure after struggling slightly there in the first 2 sets. And so she's come back really strong and really powerful here for the Bulls, and it's just crucial to this team's offense.
Well, Tulsa challenging here, and it's already complete now, just being communicated to the scores table.
Okay, USF was in the net there in that rally, and so the point actually falls to the Golden Hurricanes. You see here Andrade swings just up over, and so I believe that the net call must have been earlier on in the rally, maybe, to where it was on number 16 Andrade, but
end up having to challenge 3 times. They won them all, and they win it by 2. Let's take a look at our stats now through 4 sets. Avery Kalsu, what stands out?
Man, I mean, just the kills right now for USF. Tulsa's still got to find a way to slow them down, but the stat that we're not seeing is the service pressure that Tulsa is providing right now behind the line. They're doing a really good job of keeping USF out of system and forcing them to see a couple different looks. So, but right now on the stat line, it definitely looks like all USF, but Tulsa's just doing such a good job of staying gritty and staying hungry and knowing that they're capable of getting it done. So I'm excited to see this 5th set. It's going to be a nail biter, I know it. Both teams want it so bad.
Well, Tulsa is 2-1 this year in 5-set matches. South Florida is 2-0. And it's been a little bit for both teams. You have to go back to the month of September, the last time that either of these were in a 5-set match. None in conference play for South Florida, while Tulsa has 1, defeating UAB on the road. First team to 15, still got to win by 2. And keep in mind the challenge replenishment. So Tulsa lost their first challenge of the match back to in the 3rd set, meaning they only had 1 left. Now Coach Remitowski is back to 2, and South Florida and Coach Shepherdson, they are still on 2. They haven't had to challenge a call so far yet today.
The other thing about the 5th set is that the teams will actually switch sides of the net at 8 points. And so there's a lot of momentum that goes into that switch. If you're leading, we always used to joke about how whoever's leading at the switch will oftentimes take the 5th set. So I know it's a race to 15, and that's shorter, but it's also a race to 8 here to win the lead at the switch. So excited to see this 5th set play out. Both teams competing so hard.
The 2 5-set wins this year for South Florida against Power 5 programs, Ohio State and Florida, a team that's currently in the top 25.
So obviously they've proved that they can play a 5th set. The Golden Hurricane also beat Arkansas in a 5th set too, so this is going to be an extremely competitive set here. I'm really excited to see this one play out. Lots of great volleyball being played in the Reynolds Center this afternoon.
Also in a 5th set, Wichita State and Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic, who was here on Friday night. Wichita State has come back to win the last 2 sets to force a 5th.
Dang.
That's a good volleyball going on in the American.
Absolutely.
Tulsa starts on the right foot.
An ace from Braden Hitt. No surprise that the Golden Hurricanes start this 5th set off with an ace. This USF service. Serve receive has not been great this afternoon, and Tulsa has definitely taken advantage of that.
Up tempo from the middle, that has been hard to stop. Imani Hartfield with her 9th kill now.
A great afternoon for her, for sure. But man, what you also, and Foster starts that one off with just a textbook pass. Great response from her after just getting aced in the previous play. And Tulsa, there we go, takes the lead again. Let's see if Tulsa can take advantage of these early service errors from South Florida.
13th error of the night for the Bulls, 11 on Tulsa's side.
Allie Kavanaugh with a great swing on the right side. She is just a really, really great player that adds such versatility to their offense right now. She's having a really good afternoon as well.
Continues to be so solid. Already a career high total blocks today with 4, and in double-digit kills as well. Andrade with another kill, her 19th now.
A great play from the USF side as well to take advantage of the off-the-net set from Braden Hipp to Beth Bayless. They do a really good job of terminating that one immediately. Good read from Caroline Dykes. Rachel Brown and Andrade going after it on this rally. Good read again. So many great swings from both of them.
What a dig by Picali. Not able to keep it up though.
Unlucky there from Eitler, but a really impressive rally there from Andrade and Rachel Brown. So many great swings and so many impressive defensive efforts on both sides of the court.
Good hands at the net by Pulhees, and yet again.
Such a good defensive rally here for the Bulls. Another great dig. Let's see if Andrade can put it down, and no one's surprised by that one. That cross court shot that she has is extremely, extremely impressive. Her ability to turn that one so sharp across the court is so impressive. You call that a thumb down shot, and she just executes the shot nearly to perfection every time she does it.
Continue to be impressed with the ability that she's been able to place shots and, like you said, not get blocked, but only one error in her last 31 swings since the end of the first set. Really impressive, and kind of what you'd expect from one of your upperclassmen, the Sao Paulo, Brazil native.
Yeah, absolutely. And just such a strong player who's taken over 50 swings this match, which is such a hard feat. But, man, she does not does not show it at all. She just wants the ball. You just see so much confidence exuding off of her. And so that's exactly the type of player that you want right now and exactly the type of player you need in a fifth set.
21 kills now on the afternoon to go along with 14 digs and 4 blocks. She's also got an ace to her credit. Her career high is 28 kills. That came against St. John's last year in the NIVC quarterfinal. A 5-set thriller that the Bulls won to advance to the NIVC Fab 4. Both teams allotted 2 timeouts for the 5th set, even though it's shorter than the point number you're chasing.
I like this adjustment for the Golden Hurricanes. They have subbed out Rachel Brown and subbed in Tatiana Johnson to play on the right side. And so allowing a bigger block to face Andrade, which is exactly what they need to do in order to be successful right now, is stop Andrade. And there Lingenbrink goes. A phenomenal swing out of the middle from her. Such a great pass, too, to come out of that timeout. Exactly what the Golden Hurricanes needed.
Having a very impactful afternoon. 9 kills for Lingenbrink, hitting 400. Also has 4 blocks.
Such a great afternoon for her. She's a big she provides a lot of depth on the Golden Hurricane roster, and so she's come off the bench this weekend and has just done a phenomenal job. So speaks a lot to the coaching staff of the Golden Hurricanes as well. Andrade is now in the back row for the South Florida team, so the Golden Hurricanes really need to take advantage whenever she's in the back row. Exactly how you get started, get it done from Beth Bayless. It's like she read my mind, but such a good play from her to swing off the top of Caroline Dykes' block there. Such a smart play from her, and they're definitely going to look to extend extend a couple points here.
Baycorn, who's got 3 aces today, the freshman behind the serve line.
Phenomenal pass from Andrade.
Voorhees again. Good effort at the net.
Such a great defensive efforts right now from both sides. Unlucky there from Pendleton, but so many impressive defensive plays right now. Both sides of the net are doing everything they can to keep the ball off the ground. Now back to what I said earlier, it's 7-4, so South Florida just needs one to take the lead into the switch. So let's see if they can get it done here and keep this momentum going. The middle blocker back there getting involved on the defensive end. And of course on Josh putting it down. The South Florida Bulls will take the lead into the switch. Okay, I think she may be challenging a back row attack here from Anjaj, but Anjaj very clearly stays behind the back line from that angle. So we'll see if the reffing table sees what I see as well.
And again, it's one of those where you've got two challenges now if you're Coach Ramatowski, so if there's any question whatsoever, you might as well use it.
Absolutely. And they can also use that as a little bit of a timeout as well. She'd already used the timeout, and so the fifth set can oftentimes be one of the slower sets just because of how many challenges remain. But you see Anjaj here very clearly jumps behind the line with that back row attack. So a really, really great play. I expect to see this play stand and USF to take the lead into the switch.
In case you haven't been with us for the duration today, South Florida won the first set. Tulsa evened it up in the second, and very tightly contested in each of the last two. Tulsa edging out the fourth set 25-23 to send us here to a fifth. Review is completed, and the call stands. So South Florida and Tulsa switching sides here, and an 8-4 lead for the Bulls here in the fifth set. TC Voorhees, who was injured earlier in the match, able to return, and well, you wouldn't think that she was feeling any effects from it with how well she's played, particularly at the net.
Absolutely. She's had a really great evening, and maybe doesn't show up all the time in the stat line, but what she's done for this team in a leadership role is really impressive. Out of system play here. And again, with another dig. A good read from Reagan Pendleton. Another dig.
No touch called at Florida now challenge for the first time today. Indeed we will.
We will see a challenge from South Florida for the first time.
That's remarkable. I don't know if I've ever seen that where one team had challenged 5 times and the other had challenged none, but that was indeed the case in this match. 5 Tulsa challenges before we see the first by South Florida.
Yeah, it's, I mean, such a high-paced game too, but just kind of unfortunate whenever all those challenges fall on one team. But Ram had a lot of success with her challenges too that she had used. So we'll see if South Florida is successful on this challenge. They seemed very confident that there was a touch on this block. So Sautel goes up. You just want to see any movement on that ball. See, I didn't see anything off the top of my head, but also something else I always look at is the poker face, and Mongari turns around a little bit slow and maybe believes to have touched it slightly. So you just look for any type of movement off the block there. So I believe I saw a little bit of movement on the ball and of Mongari's fingers. So I would anticipate this one being reversed, but it's also hard because on the floor the call was no touch. So the refs will need absolutely conclusive evidence to overturn this call. So,
final score from up in Wichita, the Shockers rally. They were down 2-0 and down 23-21 in the fourth set, but came back to defeat Florida Atlantic and then won 16-14 in the fifth.
Oh
so
my gosh, what a crazy game.
massive come-from-behind victory for Wichita State there against a very good Florida Atlantic team.
Seriously, very impressive showing from both teams there. Such a gritty win for Wichita State.
Rice currently with a 2-set lead on East Carolina and a 5-point advantage in the third as well, looking to close that out.
Touch.
There you go. Call overturned, so Jolene Shepherdson victorious in her first challenge of the day.
Making the score now 9-4, so a huge point as well for the USF team. So let's see how the Golden Hurricanes respond right now. It's hard to keep energy and momentum, so let's see if the Golden Hurricanes can flip the script a little bit right now.
South Florida trying to stay unbeaten in conference and set up a potential unbeaten versus unbeaten showdown against Rice next week. Bayless says there was a touch.
Touch called.
Referees agree.
The referees do agree, and there's no argument on the USF side. Beth Bayless got just the tip of the fingers of Caroline Dykes, so a really impressive swing from Beth Bayless there.
$15 kills now for Bayless, hitting above 250. Tulsa needs some more of it. Down 4 here.
A great play from Pendleton to keep that one alive.
Another back row attack by Andrade. This time Picali's there.
In-system play for USF to Hartfield.
Pancake from Picali to keep it alive.
Another in-system play for USF. Really great block touches on the Tulsa side.
Point for Tulsa. I think we're about to see another challenge.
We are going to see another challenge on the USF side. We are going to challenge the touch called at the end of this rally on the swing from Tatum Tornada on, I believe our up ref believed to have saw a touch off the hands of Sautel, but both USF blockers were able to quickly turn around and claim that there was no touch. So we'll see the slow-mo here. And again, look for any change of direction on the ball. All the USF players believe that there was no touch, but again, all the Golden Hurricane players believe that there was a touch. So we'll need very conclusive evidence in order to overturn this call. And the call on the court was that there was a touch off the USF block.
So both teams anxiously await. Meanwhile, upcoming broadcast schedule on the ESPN family of networks for Tulsa sports. Golden Hurricane in North Texas on the volleyball court Thursday. And some great soccer action coming up as well, both on the men's and the women's side, taking on Charlotte. Volleyball will close out the Texas road trip against UTSA next Sunday. Now this is wild with the challenges. We didn't see our first challenge of the match until the final point of the third set. But since that time, 7 challenges.
It's hard too because it slows this fifth set down so much. We've seen so many stoppages in play here, and so it's hard to keep the momentum right now, but that can definitely play to the Golden Hurricane side because they're able to slow the game down here and get their composure back and get a little bit of the momentum back. You see the girls taking deep breaths and doing anything that they can to keep the energy back. Both sides are anxiously awaiting the call here.
Now, these are the types of things that, and the challenge being instituted in college volleyball it's been overwhelming success, very welcomed by pretty much everybody. But maybe a thought starts to come in of, hey, maybe do we limit teams to 1 timeout per set, or at least in the 5th set, because of the amount of stoppages you could see. And the first thing that comes to mind is you know, the student athlete wellness.
Yeah.
Because if you're approaching 3 hours of being on the floor, you're having to start to get some calories in you, and you need to at this point, right?
For sure. And you can see both sides are like trying to stay warm. The call was reversed here. So point for USF, but again, it's hard to come back now. Like, both sides are a little bit cold, and so I'm interested to see how both sides respond after so many long pauses in the game here. So it definitely plays favor to the Golden Hurricane side, but USF does have all of the momentum right now, and we will, again, prolong these pauses with a timeout called from Lauren Ramatowski.
Okay, so let me ask you then, between you and your teammates through your career, if you needed that quick burst of carbs or calories in the match, what's the most common snack being consumed?
A fruit snack.
I knew it would be.
Yeah, sorry. I know it's not the healthiest option, but it gets the job done. And so I know I saw a couple of the girls earlier eating a bag of fruit snacks, so this makes me laugh to see the girls still enjoying those.
10-5 advantage here for the Bulls in the fifth. And that match we were following, too, did go final. Rice, a sweep over East Carolina. Competitive match, but the Owls get the sweep. So if this score holds, then you'd have two 6-0 teams in conference, South Florida and Rice, going to battle next week.
That'll be a very competitive game. I'm excited to watch that one for sure.
If Tulsa can rally, they would be in a tie in the standings with South Florida for second place. South Florida 8 kills on 17 attacks here in this fifth set. No errors. Tulsa being held to under 100 in the hitting percentage. See if the timeout can do what it's intended, which is to try to shift some momentum.
Absolutely. The Golden Hurricanes need anything they can get right now. So I'm excited to see who they go to out of this timeout.
Dykes on the serve and sends it long.
You also iced the server with a timeout and a long pause like that. So a good break for the Golden Hurricanes, but we need to see them string together a couple points here in order to fight back in this fifth set. A great serve from Mongari. Over
the center line?
Yeah, over the center line. That's what I was going to say.
I knew where you were going.
Yeah. So under the center line there, I believe, for Brittany Bakhorn. So a good break for the USF side. A little bit of sloppy play for the Golden Hurricanes here. Not what you want to see in this fifth set.
Freshman Vandenberg in the serve.
Great pass. And again, Lingenbrink has had herself an afternoon. I believe that puts her such a great day for her, and I'm loving the setter's decisions on the Golden Hurricane side right now to keep feeding Cameron Lingenbrink, who's having just a phenomenal afternoon.
Looked like she made that call midair on to go with the off-speed shot.
I think she did.
Season high, 10 kills. The middle blocker.
Heck yeah, Cameron Lingenbrink. Have yourself a day. Such a good play from her to stay so patient and jump with the middle of USF. You see here, she just stays so patient and just pushes up so easily. Such a good job. So much energy coming off of Cameron Lingenbrink right now. Such a great player. I like the idea from Tornada. A great dig from Beth Bayless off the phenomenal swing from Andrade. The defense in this rally.
Tornada puts it down.
Such a good rally. So many great defensive efforts on both sides of the net right now. You can just tell how much it means to both the Golden Hurricanes and the Bulls. You see Tornado here elevate for her 5th swing in this rally and just puts that one down. Such a good rally on both sides of the net. So many high-level plays. Such impressive volleyball being played in the Reynolds Center right now.
Well, a 3-0 scoring run for Tulsa. And pulling to within 2. Starting to get things going a little bit.
They are. They're finding some rhythm a little bit late in the game, but it's never too late. So I know the Bulls, you start to feel a little bit of pressure and a little bit of panic, but I like the decision to call a timeout here, and I'm interested to see how the Golden Hurricanes respond after this timeout called from the USF side.
Well, Jolene Shepperton told us on Friday, said a key for us is going to be being smart in troublesome situations and trusting in our scoring ability.
And this is exactly what she talked about. This is a troublesome opportunity here. They've kind of let the Golden Hurricanes creep back into this one. So they need to make a smart play here and find a way to put the ball down. So, and right now I'm loving this offensive side for this USF side. Imani Hartfield, Allie Kavanaugh, and Andrade. That's 3 phenomenal hitters. So I know that they feel good about being in this rotation too right now. Great serve from Hip. And Cameron Langenbrink again. Oh my goodness, she is playing lights out right now. So many great plays from Langenbrink. You see here, she just elevates up so high and shuts down the outside hitter of Andrade, who has had a nearly perfect last couple sets, but Cameron Langenbrink says it's her time to shine there. Such a great play from the junior.
What a shot that was. Maybe Tulsa thinking, was there a possible
lift?
Yes.
They definitely, it definitely appears as so that could have been a lift, but to me, I believe Allie Kavanaugh kept that ball in front of her head and pushed it down. So that is a legal play in my eyes, but I know the Golden Hurricanes believe that should have gone their way. But a good response from Tornado and a great response from Tatiana Johnson to put that one down, who's come in off the bench and made a big difference here. That was a really great play from her. Lauren Eitler back to serve now, and Beth Bayless goes front row. So the Golden Hurricanes are in a good rotation for them, but I still love the look for this USF team with Andrade in the front row and Allie Kavanaugh. So just out of bounds there from Eitler. Definitely going to want that one back, but Leah Schneider goes back to serve for the Bulls. She's been consistent for them all evening, so let's see if she can put this one away. A great pass from Lauren Eitler.
Andrade puts it down. 24th kill of the day.
What an afternoon she has had. So much passion, so much energy from her. Such a great play this afternoon, just displayed from her in all aspects. Good out of system set there, and Beth Bayless, so much confidence from her. Such a great swing from Beth Bayless to put that one down. Second match point for the USF Bulls.
Sails long, and Tulsa trying for the comeback. South Florida, though, remaining tough mentally and physically, and they get the win. A well-earned, hard-fought victory.
Extremely. Such a great display here of athleticism from this USF team, and so much grit and so much passion and so much joy showed from them all afternoon.
Best start in conference play in more than 20 years for the Bulls, and they remain unbeaten. We'll be back for more in Tulsa.